So here's a couple tips about basic training. It's really simple, especially at Fort Jackson. Just don't go in July. Trust me, it's terrible. It's hot. I think one day we were running 114 degrees, I think the drill sergeant said, and we were still outside walking with a bunch of weight, which I don't really care too much because I didn't join the army to sit here and just sit on my butt all day and do absolutely nothing. But one thing you got to also think about is you have to drink a lot of water. Don't expect to get to basic training and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna survive, yay. Drink water. It's like my drill sergeant used to say, it's literally your best friend. It can save your life. And if you pass out and they have to ice sheet you, from what I've seen and from what other people have done, it's not an experience that you definitely want to do. Because they strip you down to just your underwear. Females, they strip you down to your bra, underwear, and then they wrap you in these sheets that have been sitting on ice for 24 hours or so, and it's really cold. And they smack you to make sure you're knocked out, because if you're not knocked out, then they have to call the ambulance, and that just takes more time for obvious reasons, and it's a waste of resources. And then, as long as you're not willing to quit and you're willing and you can pass a PT test. For males my age, which I'm 18, it is, I believe, 35 push-ups, 46 or 47 sit-ups, and it is a 16:36 2-mile run. And you got all this time to make up. So if you can't do that now, I would say go to basic training and not be able to pass, but you have to be able to somewhat get close to it so you're not sitting there struggling the entire cycle. The final PT test is the one that matters the most. So great dandy, you pass all the first 5 or 6 PT tests, and then you go out there and you bomb the last one. That's not something you really want to do, because trust me, that can just add a lot of stress, because I failed the last one, and that was the first and only one I failed all basic training. But they give you another retry. But you don't want to live those retries because it just adds more stress onto you. Now, I'm not going to make any excuses on why I failed the last one, but it's just kind of weird that I did fail it, considering I passed every other PT test. I think my worst PT score up till that one was my 2-mile run was a 16:27. I'm not a very good runner, but I can get you up and go if it need to be. What really made me mad though about that PT test was I had a 70 score on my push-ups, and the minimum to graduate is 50, and I got a 96 on my sit-ups, which the minimum is a 50. And then I got a 43 or a 44 on the run, which the minimum is also a 50 for basic. So yeah, I'm not making no excuses, because I definitely could have gone a little bit farther, but you lose some, you win some, I guess. All that matters is I still managed to pull it off and all that good stuff. But one thing you have to keep in mind though, that no matter how hard it gets, it's always easier just to graduate, because it's the honor that you get from it. You know you didn't fail life, because after you drop out of basic training, it can practically ruin your entire existence. So don't do it. Not only that, but if you really miss your family and all that, just graduate. We had one guy that got injured and wasn't allowed to do any more work. I believe week 3 or 4, and he was there even after graduation because he couldn't do anything. So just suck it up, do the work. It's only 10 weeks. After that, you gotta do whatever you want for your military career. Do 4 years and be done for all I care. Do your contract, call it quits, just call it a good time, all right? It's not gonna be the greatest experience of your life. It's gonna be 10 weeks of hell, but that 10 weeks of hell can equal out to 6 years or however long your contract is of adventure, fun, and having the chance to help save people's lives. So oh, I hope this was kind of interesting for you. I'm still getting used to making videos, so have fun out there, you guys. And remember, don't quit. It's not worth it. Trust me. And getting hurt's not worth it either.